Alright guys, so this week I will be showing you a couple different tools. I'll be showing you the Booleans tool as well as the Multicut tool and how to utilize both of those. So for this week, I believe that I'm having you make a pumpkin for Halloween spirit, I guess. So I can show you sort of a quick way to make a pumpkin if you're struggling with that, and then how to use the Booleans tool to get the face shape that you would get for a pumpkin. So I'll start with creating a sphere. Zoom in here, and then to get a pumpkin shape, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into edge mode, and I'm going to select every other edge on the sphere. So I double click, it selects the whole line. Oop. Also, I apologize, I'm working on a Windows computer and this window will pop up every now and again just because it's where the button that I normally click is to move around. Hold down shift, see this little plus button that comes out, and then select every other one, and it'll make sense what I'm doing here in a second. Alrighty, so then what I would do is I would hit the scale button so I can scale them all, and then I'll just scale them inward so they can kind of have that little pumpkin look. Actually, what I should do first is, because pumpkins are usually a little flatter on top and flatter on the bottom so they can stabilize, what I might do first is go into vertex mode and then grab, let's say, these ones, and then hopefully I've told some of you guys if you hit 4 you can go through wireframe mode so you can see through to make sure I didn't select any ones that I didn't mean to. And this is cool as well, if you select these and you scale them this way, it makes them flatter, which is nice. So then I can move that down, do the same thing with the bottom. Let's say like these guys, scale them flatter. Not completely flat, but you know, flat enough to look more pumpkin shape. Okay, and then to get back to the shaded view, you just hit 5. So now select, oh, saved it for us, very nice. Hit R to scale, and we just bring them all in, and it gets a nice little pumpkin-esque look. Nice. There it is. And then what I might do as well is maybe grab this one, and I can grab loops this way just by double clicking it. So if you're wondering how I did that, I would just grab this, pull it down, maybe make the top a little more inverted. And then we can make a handle by going to face, selecting all these faces, going to wireframe view with 4, and then rotating around the other side, and then to deselect, holding down Control, see the little minus that pops up on the cursor, and then just deselect these ones on the bottom. So now we're just left with these. Hit 5 to return to shaded view, and then do an extrusion, edit mesh, extrude. And then I don't think I've shown you guys this tool yet, but if you press this, it changes the axis at which it extrudes it from. So since none of these are just directly up, I'm going to hit this, and now I can change that so now it just goes directly up. So I can have this be the stem, and then let's say I want to make it a little bit flatter, like that. Just scale it, make it flatter, and then to repeat the same action that I just did, I can hit the G key, and it repeats it, and do the same thing. I'd rather just pull it straight out first, and then I can move it over, rotate it, and then repeat it, do the same thing, because it looks kind of funky when you do it like that. So let's just keep doing this. Pull it over this way, rotate it out, maybe scale it inward, and there you go, little pumpkin looking shape. Oh, there's that window again. Okay, so after you have your pumpkin, how I would do the faces quickly is what's called the Booleans tool. So it's up here under mesh, Booleans, and you see you have a few different ones. So you have union, difference, and intersection. Union will combine them, the two objects that you choose, into the same shape. Difference will cut out an object from another one, and intersection will cut out just the intersection that is between the two objects. So I'll show you what I mean. So for a pumpkin, usually has triangle-like eyes. So I'll go here to create, polygon primitives, and then prism to get a triangle shape. So we have this guy. Scale it down to be like the size of an eye that you'd want for the pumpkin. Maybe like there. Make a duplicate. Put it there. So what we're going to do is a difference, a Boolean's difference, so I can show you how it cuts out the eyes. So if you wanted to, let's say, I'm actually going to do two different ones. So this one, I'm actually going to make it longer, and it's going to cut all the way through the pumpkin. So this one is going to cut through, and this one's just going to go just on this side. So we select the pumpkin, and then we hold down Shift. We select the thing that we want to cut out. So this eye here. Go to Mesh, Booleans, Difference, and it cuts out the eye just like that. Oh. Okay. And then we can do the same thing again. So select this, Shift select the other eye, Mesh, Booleans, Difference, and you can see it actually cuts straight through, so you actually have eyes on both sides. So if you have an eye on both sides, that means that it was too far through. So whatever you want to do, if you want it to be two sides, you can definitely do that. That may be a cool thing that you do with your pumpkin. But the cool thing about it is it keeps it as one object. So it creates vertices and keeps it so that you don't have to do any sort of like combining and resewing of the vertices. So it's a little bit easier there. What I will show you next is the Multicut tool, which is under polymodeling. It is this tool right here, but I will break it down into another video for you so that this one isn't too long. But that is the, actually let me show you union real quick so I can show you what that one looks like. So let's say we wanted to give him a smile. I'll just do this really quickly. This gives you a little preview in the Multicut tool. Okay, so let's put this guy right here. So that'll be his, let's say, just smiley mouth for now. You would select the pumpkin, Shift select the mouth, Mesh, Booleans, Union, and now they are exactly one object. So sometimes I would check your guys' projects before by doing Mesh separate. This does not separate it out. This is now one solid object. So that's a nice tool to have. And then I think even on like later versions in like 2023 and 2024, because this is 2022, you can change the settings to actually toggle the difference or the union so that it can either change or stay or whatever you want to do. So you may have that feature as well. I don't have it on my home computer, so I can't show you that, but if you have it in class, you can definitely ask me about it. But that is the Booleans tool. You can play with intersection if you want to as well, but that is the basis of how to use it and how to make the pumpkin.